In the early years of the 20th century, the world marveled at a new invention, the airplane. This groundbreaking creation, brought to life by the ingenuity of the Wright brothers, captured the imagination of people everywhere. It was a symbol of human progress and the limitless possibilities of technology. This marvel of engineering, a feat previously confined to the realm of dreams, promised to change the world. People flocked to aviation exhibitions, eager to witness these incredible machines take to the skies. The airplane represented a new era of exploration and innovation. Few could have predicted the impact it would have on warfare. As military leaders observed these early flights, they began to see the potential for a new kind of warfare. The skies, once the domain of birds and imagination, were now a new frontier for military strategy. The airplane, once a symbol of human ingenuity and progress, would soon become a weapon of war. Military forces around the world began to explore how these flying machines could be used in combat, transforming them from peaceful inventions into instruments of destruction. The first airplanes were fragile, made of wood and canvas. These early models were delicate and required constant maintenance. Mechanics worked tirelessly to keep them in the air, knowing that even a small malfunction could be catastrophic. They were powered by weak engines. These engines, though revolutionary at the time, were underpowered by today's standards. Pilots had to be skilled and cautious, as the engines could fail without warning. These early aircraft were not designed for combat. They were used primarily for reconnaissance and observation, flying over fields and landscapes to gather information. Their role was to be the eyes in the sky, providing valuable intelligence to ground forces. Militaries around the world quickly recognized the potential of this new technology. They began to invest in aviation, conducting tests and experiments to determine how best to use airplanes in warfare. The race was on to develop more advanced and capable aircraft. The ability to observe enemy positions from the air was invaluable. For the first time, military commanders could see the battlefield from above, gaining a new perspective on troop movements and fortifications. This aerial view provided a strategic advantage that was previously unimaginable. The first military use of airplanes was for reconnaissance. Pilots were sent on dangerous missions to fly over enemy territory and gather intelligence. These early reconnaissance flights were fraught with peril, as pilots had to navigate hostile skies and avoid enemy fire. During World War I, both sides used planes to spy on enemy movements and troop deployments. The skies over the battlefields were filled with reconnaissance aircraft, each side trying to outmaneuver the other and gain the upper hand. This new vantage point provided a tactical advantage. Aerial photographs allowed military leaders to see the layout of enemy positions and plan their strategies accordingly. The information gathered from the skies was crucial in shaping the course of battles. Military leaders could now make more informed decisions. With detailed maps and photographs, they could devise more effective strategies and coordinate their forces with greater precision. The intelligence gathered from aerial reconnaissance became an essential part of military planning. The impact of aerial reconnaissance was immediate and significant. It changed the way wars were fought, providing a new dimension to military strategy. The dawn of aerial warfare marked the beginning of a new era in combat, one where the skies became a crucial battleground. As the war progressed, airplanes quickly evolved from observation platforms to weapons of war. Initially, these flying machines were used primarily for reconnaissance, providing valuable information about enemy positions and movements. However, it wasn't long before their potential for offensive capabilities was realized. Pilots began carrying pistols and rifles to harass enemy aircraft. These early attempts at aerial combat were rudimentary and often ineffective, but they marked the beginning of a new era in warfare. The skies became a new battlefield where bravery and innovation were paramount. This quickly escalated to the development of specialized weapons for air-to-air combat. Engineers and pilots worked together to create more effective means of engaging the enemy. Machine guns were mounted on aircraft, and various methods were devised to improve their accuracy and reliability. The invention of the machine gun synchronized to fire through the propeller revolutionized aerial warfare. This innovation allowed pilots to aim and fire their weapons without damaging their own aircraft, significantly increasing their combat effectiveness. It was a game changer that transformed the nature of air combat. The skies over Europe became a proving ground for a new breed of warrior, the fighter pilot. These men were not just soldiers, they were pioneers, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in the air. Their dogfights were intense, high-stakes battles that required skill, courage and quick thinking. Aces like Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron and Eddie Rickenbacker captivated the public with their daring exploits. These pilots became legends, their names synonymous with bravery and skill. Their stories were told and retold, inspiring future generations of aviators. These pilots became national heroes, symbolizing courage and a new era of warfare. Their achievements were celebrated, and they were awarded medals and honors for their bravery. The public looked up to them, seeing them as the embodiment of the fighting spirit. The use of airplanes in World War I was a harbinger of things to come. It demonstrated the potential of air power to influence the outcome of battles and change the course of the war. The lessons learned during this time would shape the future of military aviation. It revealed the potential of air power to change the face of warfare. The ability to strike from the air added a new dimension to military strategy, one that would become increasingly important in the years to come. Bombers and reconnaissance planes played crucial roles, providing support and gathering intelligence. The development of specialized aircraft, tactics and strategies laid the foundation for the massive aerial conflicts of the future. Training programs were established to prepare pilots for the unique challenges of air combat, and new tactics were devised to maximize the effectiveness of these new weapons. The innovations of World War I set the stage for the dramatic advancements in aviation that would follow in the decades to come. World War II saw an exponential leap in aviation technology and its impact on warfare. The skies became a new battleground, where technological advancements and strategic innovations played a crucial role in determining the outcome of the war. The flimsy biplanes of World War I were replaced by faster, more powerful monoplanes. These new aircraft were not only more robust, but also capable of higher speeds and greater maneuverability, which made them formidable tools in the hands of skilled pilots. Metal construction, enclosed cockpits, and more powerful engines made these aircraft far more capable. The shift from wood and fabric to all-metal designs allowed for stronger and more durable airframes, which could withstand the rigors of combat. This set the stage for larger conflicts and new doctrines of aerial warfare. The concept of air superiority became a central tenet of military strategy, with nations investing heavily in their air forces to gain the upper hand. The development of the bomber aircraft brought a new dimension to war, strategic bombing. These large, long-range aircraft were designed to carry heavy payloads of bombs, capable of inflicting significant damage on enemy targets. The ability to strike enemy industrial centers, infrastructure and cities from the air transformed warfare. Strategic bombing campaigns aimed to cripple the enemy's war production capabilities and demoralize civilian populations. It took the battle beyond the front lines and into the heart of enemy territory. Bombers could penetrate deep into enemy airspace, delivering their destructive payloads with precision. This had a profound psychological impact on civilian populations. The constant threat of aerial bombardment created a sense of fear and uncertainty, disrupting daily life and eroding morale. The Battle of Britain, where the German Luftwaffe clashed with the Royal Air Force, demonstrated the significance of air superiority. This pivotal conflict showed that control of the skies could determine the fate of nations. The ability to control the skies became crucial for both offensive and defensive operations. Air superiority allowed for the protection of ground forces and the disruption of enemy movements. Fighter planes, like the British Spitfire and the German Messerschmitt Bf-109, became symbols of national resilience and technological prowess. These aircraft were celebrated not only for their performance in combat, but also for their role in shaping the course of the war. The pilots who flew these planes were often seen as heroes. their bravery and skills celebrated in both military and civilian circles. Training programs became more rigorous, producing highly skilled aviators who could execute complex maneuvers and strategies. The war effort also saw significant contributions from the home front, with men and women working tirelessly in factories to produce the aircraft and components needed for the war. This industrial effort was crucial in maintaining the supply of aircraft and ensuring that air forces remained well equipped. Technological advancements were not limited to the aircraft themselves. Innovations in radar and early warning systems played a critical role in air defense, allowing nations to detect and respond to incoming threats more effectively. The legacy of World War II's air power advancements continued to influence aviation long after the war ended. The transition to jet engines and the development of new aircraft technologies set the stage for the modern era of aviation, where air power remains a key component of military strategy. Today, the lessons learned from World War II continue to shape the strategies and technologies of air forces around the world. The importance of air superiority, strategic bombing, and technological innovation remains as relevant now as it was during the war. The contributions of those who served in the air during World War II are remembered and honored in memorials and museums, ensuring that their legacy endures for future generations. Section 4. The Carrier Wars. Naval aviation takes center stage. World War II also witnessed the rise of naval aviation. Aircraft carriers became crucial naval assets. They provided a mobile platform for launching air attacks across vast distances. The Battle of Midway, a decisive victory for the United States Navy, highlighted the strategic importance of aircraft carriers. The Pacific Theater, in particular, showcased the power of carrier-based aircraft. The vast distances involved made aircraft carriers essential for projecting power and supporting amphibious landings. The battles of Coral Sea and Leyte Gulf further solidified the aircraft carrier's role as a dominant force in naval warfare. Section 5. The Atomic Age, the Shadow of Nuclear Bombers. The end of World War II brought a new and terrifying era, the Atomic Age. The use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 demonstrated the devastating power of this new weapon. The bomber aircraft, once a symbol of conventional warfare, now carried the potential to obliterate entire cities. The development of nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them over long distances ushered in the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union engaged in a nuclear arms race, each side developing increasingly powerful bombs and long-range bombers capable of delivering them. The world lived under the constant threat of nuclear annihilation.